Support for Extraordinary Indiana comes from
Community-owned and customer-focused, the Indiana Municipal Power Agency is the wholesale power provider to 59 municipally owned utilities in Indiana. Learn more online at impa.com.
Hello, I'm Eric Doden, and welcome to Extraordinary Indiana. Today we're in Daviess County, located in southwestern Indiana, about halfway between Bloomington and Evansville. Here's today's history lesson. The county is named for Major Joseph Hamilton Daviess, a U.S. attorney from Kentucky who died fighting at the Battle of Tippecanoe with Tecumseh at Prophetstown in 1811. The first settlers to the area were the French, who were interested in the hunting grounds of the Native Americans for the hides and the furs they could gather and sell in what became southern Indiana. Early settlers sought the heavy forest in the northern portion of the county and the fertile fields and abundant water supply in the south. Later, they would discover the rich coal deposits and oil in the region. Washington, the county seat, was officially platted in 1816, as was the county in 1817, with population centers developing in the towns of Alfredsville, Cannelberg, Elnora, Montgomery, Odin, and Plainville. In the mid-1800s, Washington attracted a number of Irish Catholics to build a railway hub. Simultaneously, a major migration of German-American immigrant farmers came from Pennsylvania to Daviess County. Today, a significant portion of the Daviess population is descendants of these Amish and Mennonite pioneers. These religious groups were firmly anti-slavery, fostering a spirit of tolerance and cooperation that not only made this an early stop on the Underground Railroad, but has resulted in prosperity and diversity within the county for more than 150 years. Today, Daviess County enjoys easy access to 3 U.S. highways, 4 state roads, 3 railroad lines, and an airport equipped with an automated weather advisory station, serving a strong mix of major manufacturers, high-tech agribusinesses, and service providers. It's equidistant between Cincinnati and St. Louis, as well as Bloomington and Evansville, attracting business from those centers as well. But the big news around here is the opening of Interstate 69, the major extension of the highway directly connecting and improving transport of people and freight between Indianapolis and Evansville, and ultimately from Canada, the United States, and Mexico. This extension is already a boon to the companies located here in transporting goods into and out of the county more efficiently. But the question remains, how, ultimately, will the I-69 extension change Daviess County? Tony Graber is the chairman of the Daviess County Economic Development Corporation and has been involved in the planning and development of the county's business expansion as the community prepares for the opportunities and challenges the I-69 extension will afford. With an expansion like I-69, there's usually challenges and pros. Can you give us some of the pros?
The pros are we're more accessible, and that's bringing big industry. Big industry is noticing. Not only that, but the local businesses who've been here are noticing, and they're expanding. It's been a big boom for everybody.
So help us understand some of the challenges.
The challenge is staffing. The challenges are we have a great workforce, but we need more. We have great support from the Hispanic community. We have support from the Burmese community. We have support from the Haitian community, but it's not enough. We need people to find out about Daviess County, come here, and we can put them to work with good jobs.
So whenever you have growth, there's usually a plan for growth. Can you tell us what's your growth plan that you're implementing right now?
Well, with Daviess County Economic Development, our growth plan is to improve quality of life. Right now, we're revitalizing Main Street. We're big on tourism here in Daviess County. And also, here in the county, we offer 2 collision spaces. One of them is a commercial test kitchen, which has been very successful. The other one is here at the Westgate Academy. We also have space available. We're in the process at the Washington Industrial Park of building a spec building. And then in Odin, we have a new rail siding. So all in all, we are looking forward to the future.
We look forward to learning more about the changes that are taking place in Daviess County in our upcoming segments.
Hello, I'm Laura Sheets. Tourism is playing a bigger role today in the economic and cultural life of Daviess County. Samantha Bobbitt, Executive Director of the Daviess County Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau, is a native of the community. Her grandparents were Old Order Amish. She currently has Amish and Mennonite relatives, and due to her secular and religious choices, she is considered to be what the Amish refer to as English within the community. She was able to help me understand the English-Amish dynamic within Daviess County and how the interest in Amish crafts is spurring growth in Daviess County tourism.
Many people are very curious about the Amish culture and the way that they live, but it's really just a way of life that is very deeply seated with family, church, and separation from the secular world. And their lives really revolve around each other and keeping the community intact. I mean, that's what's really important, and it's the most important thing that I believe that keeps them connected. Anything that breaks down that connectedness, such as distracted technology or anything like that, is seen as unwanted. But they're really adaptive to modern technology. Anything that doesn't impinge on their values, such as solar and wind power, and methods other than electricity, anything to make their lives and livelihoods just a little bit easier. You would be hard-pressed to find a harder working or more entrepreneurial spirit than what is in their community. Just be respectful of their wishes and not photograph if possible. It's just one of the things they believe deeply in.
I started my Amish experience with a visit to Dinky's Auction Center, the Amish auction held most Friday evenings other than religious holidays. They auctioned everything from lots of fresh produce, to quilts, to furniture, to livestock, and there were easily as many buggies as cars in the parking lot. These Friday night gatherings draw many, many tourist bargain hunters from all over the region. After Dinky's, I wanted to learn more about local Amish craftspeople. There are a number of Amish and Mennonite fixtures in Daviess County, like the Gastoff Amish Village and Inn in Montgomery, and Coffee House Bakery in Odin, that are pretty easily accessible to the uninitiated. Some even have a web presence. But to get to the grassroots level, Samantha suggested that I take one of the Dillon Amish Country tours. Mark Dillon schedules laid-back tours directly with Amish entrepreneurs, many of whom are women, by the way. Remember that old order Amish avoid telephones and major exterior signage.
The tours can really be structured however you would like them and really suited to what your interests are in the community. And they often are ended by having a meal at an Amish home. Transportation is normally provided for these tours, and that way you don't have to worry about how you get to each different location.
We hit the unpaved roads, which are better for horses, in search of the true Amish culture. Because Amish craftspeople do not seek the limelight, we photographed only their handiwork. Did you know that people often make egg noodles and angel food cake at the same time to make efficient use of the whole egg? Samantha also suggested that I talk with Jenna Johnson, a Daviess County native whose educational goal is to teach kindergarten in Daviess County. We caught up with her at soccer practice.
People my age like the fact that Daviess County has so many opportunities for water sports. We have golf courses in Montgomery and Washington, local landmarks Mason's Root Beer Stand, and the White Steamer.
We ended the day at the Lakeview Amish Restaurant on West Boggs Lake, which seemed an appropriate place to ponder the Amish and the water amenities in this seemingly landlocked county. I'm glad I brought my sweet tooth and an open mind.
We've announced plans for a $70 million expansion at our Washington, Indiana plant.
We roll form and ship probably 100,000 pounds plus of steel a day.
I work at the third largest naval installation in the world, right here in south central Indiana.
Hello, I'm Ron Gifford. Agriculture, mining, advanced manufacturing, and construction are among the major employers of Daviess County's industrial workforce. The expansion of individual businesses in these sectors has contributed to the county's robust economy and low unemployment rate. Well-paying jobs abound for workers of all educational skill levels. Here are a few of the diverse industries supporting Daviess County's growth. Few people would guess that southern Indiana is home to a large naval installation, but it has been since World War II. Built on land originally planned for a state park, Crane Naval Surface Warfare Center employs more than 5,000 people and provides advanced research and design services for all branches of the U.S. military. Crane's direct economic impact to Daviess County was $54 million in 2014. Brian Blackwell is director of its Office of Engagement.
The Naval Surface Warfare Center Crane is one of Indiana's largest high-tech employers. We have over 2,000 scientists, engineers, and technicians working on some of the Navy and the nation's toughest problems. Because of our presence, we also encourage the growth in private sector and service industries around us as a part of our ecosystem.
OLON Industries operates a 112,000 square foot state-of-the-art manufacturing facility in Washington's Industrial Park. The company manufactures wood drawer components, molding and laminate pieces, supplying furniture and cabinet making companies like Kimball, Hahn, Steelcase, and Paoli Furniture. Lynn Bullock is a customer service rep at OLON.
Our company consolidated our operations in North Carolina and Oregon here to Washington to be closer to our customer base. And we are one of North America's largest manufacturer and distributors of woodworking components.
John Loniger began Daviess County Metal Sales in 1983. His business has grown into one of the area's largest suppliers of building materials. They manufacture wood trusses, laminated poles, and steel panels for use in commercial and residential construction.
Daviess County is incredible. The people in this county, the work ethics, the cross-section with the Amish, the Mennonite, and what we call the English people that are not, anybody's not Amish is English. Our workforce is just incredible, and that's been our secret.
Grain Processing Corporation visited 60 sites in the Midwest before selecting Washington, Indiana as the location for a major expansion of its Iowa-based corn wet milling operation in 1999. This zero-waste facility extracts gluten, fiber, starch, and oil from corn. They produce ingredients found in food, pharmaceuticals, alcohol, industrial, and animal nutrition products. In 2014, the company was looking for a site to expand production of its Maltrin brand of maltodextrin sweeteners. Due to the success of this facility, it was selected for that multi-million-dollar expansion. Lisa Klopfenstein is Director of Human Resources for GPC's Washington location.
We have received a lot of support from the community here in Daviess County. Our location in Washington offers us good transportation options by both truck and rail, and close to our corn supply as well as to our customers.
The major employers in Daviess County are driving the county's growth. As a community with an already low unemployment rate, it will be interesting to see how the area and its businesses evolve with completion of the I-69 extension.
When locating a business or finding a job in a new community, one of the biggest questions that is asked is what's the quality of life that's available in that area? As a good place to visit is also a good place to live, we started our exploration with Samantha Bobbitt.
Many people ask me about the quality of the schools, healthcare, housing options, and the lifestyle in our area. There are 4 school corporations in the county, including a parochial school, which offers a wide variety of academic and athletic programs. All have graduation rates of more than 90% and have reported a significant portion of their students going on to higher education. Dr. Daniel Roach is the superintendent of the Washington Community Schools.
This past year was a milestone for the early college program in that 3 students received their associate's degree from Vincennes University the week prior to walking across the stage for their diploma at Washington High School. Washington was the first community in the state of Indiana to introduce the CEO program, which is Creative Entrepreneurial Opportunities. The strength of the CEO program is that school community connection. It's been gratifying to watch the fact that business owners of various areas will speak to the kids, then they mentor one-on-one with each child as they create their own program and have some business product to show at the end of the year. Washington is one of 12 school districts involved in the Twin Rivers Cooperative. They may be off-site working in automotive repair, or they may be building a house, and you will find that that in the medical field there are many opportunities for our students.
For more than 100 years, the Daviess Community Hospital has provided health care services for the area. In addition to the 74-bed hospital, they operate 3 other area clinics. Kara Veal is the hospital's Chief Patient Experience Officer.
A recent community health needs assessment identified local health and medical needs for the community that we do serve. The hospitals formed teams to address the top issues identified, which include childhood obesity, teen pregnancy, diabetes, and heart disease. Many specialty physicians see patients in our Washington locations where they treat a variety of medical issues. Daviess Community Hospital provides solutions for patients who need access to health care, including our rural clinics, as well as Quick Care Clinic, open 7 days a week. Our In Quicker service allows patients to check in at our ER and Quick Care Clinic.
There's also a substantial mix of dental and medical support available within the area, including assisted living and senior care options. Housing in Daviess County takes many forms, from new apartments in downtown Washington to a new low-income, energy-efficient housing development on the city's west side, to rehab 20th century homes and significant executive home options. Again, the Amish community of Daviess County has contributed significantly to the lifestyle by constructing sturdy, well-built abodes in all price ranges. So we ask, what is it about the lifestyle that is so attractive about living and working in Daviess County? Cory Miles is a Washington High School grad and U.S. Air Force veteran who returned to Daviess County when he got a job opportunity at Crane Naval Base.
Having lived in several communities across the world and in other countries, I feel like the community here in Washington is close-knit. There's a lot of people willing to help you. And also there's a lot of opportunities for growth, and there's job opportunities if you want to work hard, and there's people willing to help you here in this community. That's why I like it.
Jennifer Johnson works in the Daviess County Prosecutor's Office and chose to return to Washington after living in Seattle and Indianapolis.
I appreciate that when a family has trouble in the community, there's a real outpouring of support. In 1999, when I was in high school, we lost everything when our house was destroyed by a fire. Even people that we didn't know brought food and supplies to my family. I think this cooperation is another outgrowth of the Amish philosophy practiced here in Daviess County.
Nate Vrolijk transferred here with GPC from the company's headquarters in Iowa. He serves as an alcohol department supervisor.
Well, I got hired with GPC in 2011 in Muscatine, Iowa, and they do their training here in Washington, so I got to come here for a few months and learn the plant and the process here. Then returned to Iowa. After a while, an opportunity to come back to Daviess County came up, and my wife and I jumped on that, having really enjoyed the culture down here and the people at the plant, and just looked forward to coming back to this area.
Residents and county officials are consciously and intentionally developing multiple options for housing, schools, healthcare, and lifestyle amenities.
Our family's company is building million-dollar yachts right here in Washington, Indiana.
We're expanding our state-of-the-art manufacturing facility and lab here.
Our family pharmacy has grown from 5 employees in 1988 to nearly 500 employees today.
These are just examples of the many entrepreneurial businesses that are thriving here in Daviess County. Once again, that spirit of cooperation we've seen here supports these and other risk takers in building their businesses. Sheldon Graber began his career in the RV industry in Goshen, Indiana in the 1980s. In his spare time, he and his brother built a houseboat for themselves. The design was so popular that their hobby grew into a boat-building business, which they sold to Bass Pro Shops. Following the sale, Sheldon returned to the Daviess County area and opened Destination Yachts in 1998. They moved to their current facility in 2013 after outgrowing their space in Montgomery. Sheldon's son Dillon grew up working in the shop and now oversees production for the company.
Daviess County provides us access to a skilled labor force. Amish craftsmen are able to deliver the kind of quality people expect from the high-end yachts we manufacture. We source 80% of our materials from Indiana companies.
Evan Meadows has operated a produce stand in Odin since he was 7 years old. A graduate of North Davis High School, Evan participated in the CEO program. Out of that experience, Evan formed Meadows Foods, which now distributes the Beeman's brand salad dressings and produces a barbecue sauce under that same label at the Graham Cheese Factory Commercial Kitchen in Elnora.
The encouragement that I've received from business owners throughout the CEO classes motivated me to take on new challenges in the business world. Daviess County is very supportive of its new businesses.
In 2013, Tom Huff invested $16 million in a new high-tech greenfield operation in the Washington Industrial Park, Alliance Barrier Films. Within 2 years, the company added a 50,000 square foot expansion as well as a second manufacturing line. They produce high barrier blown films for use in food and converter packaging businesses. No stranger to the specialty co-extruded film manufacturing world, Tom previously founded United Films Corporation in Odin, which he successfully sold to another company.
We're a new company with growth opportunities. Indiana is well situated to help us capitalize on our key markets We have a long and successful history with Daviess County, and we look forward to continuing these relationships and successes in the future.
Mark Williams' great-grandfather established the Williams Pharmacy in downtown Washington in 1917. Mark is a fourth-generation pharmacist who, along with brothers Cece and Jeff, has expanded well beyond the corner drugstore. Williams Brothers Healthcare Pharmacy has experienced 3 major expansions in Washington and now operates locations in 9 other Indiana communities as well as 1 in Illinois. Over the years, they've added a long-term care pharmacy as well as respiratory and infusion therapy to their company's services.
Washington has a good medical community. We felt that it was important to create a family atmosphere for our highly skilled employees. The core values of our workforce have really helped our company to expand well beyond what we ever imagined.
Daviess County has a long history of encouraging the entrepreneurial spirit. That mindset serves the county's future expansion, but it must attract more workers to fill its labor requirements.
I'm here at the Westgate Academy, located in the Westgate Tech Park, adjacent to the Crane Naval Base. This is one of the projects the county has developed in anticipation of growth in this area. Becky Skillman is CEO of Radius Indiana, the regional economic development organization serving 8 counties in south central Indiana.
Becky, you were Lieutenant Governor with Mitch Daniels. Can you tell us just a little bit about how you envisioned I-69 impacting this region?
Well, let's start with NSA Crane, the military installation with major Navy and Army tenants. Crane, as you might expect, is one of the largest employers in all of southern Indiana. Crane is an economic engine for the local and the state economy, contributing more than $2 million per day. And I-69 will bring increased activity to the Westgate at Crane Technology Park. There are approximately 30 defense contractors, from Fortune 500 companies to many Hoosier small businesses in the tech park. And these are good, high-paying jobs that more than 600 Hoosiers benefit from. The Academy, where we sit today, supports research work at Crane, also supports technology transfer. We are always working to commercialize those new technologies at Crane to ultimately create more new businesses and more new jobs.
So Becky, what are the specific initiatives in Daviess County that you are utilizing to have rational, sustainable growth?
The local elected leadership in Daviess County, from the city to the county, they understand how all of the pieces fit together to create sustainability and growth. Daviess County has actively pursued and adopted local land use planning that is very strategic and uniquely Daviess County. They also financially support economic development initiatives. They have the resources to get things done, and based upon their track record, I think the future looks very bright.
Mayor Joe Wellman is already seeing significant growth to Washington, the county seat. We asked him how the city prepared for this growth.
Going clear back into the 60s, really picked up in the 80s and 90s. A lot of things that we worked together with the schools, with businesses, with industry, and with our county and local governments to do projects together and get things going. We've been very active in Daviess County using economic development areas and using TIF bonds, tax increment financing bonds, to finance projects and infrastructure. We're also using the proceeds of one of those bonds to construct a shell building, 40,000 square foot building, prefab concrete walls, 32 foot high, expandable to 80,000 square feet. And that will include a cross dock with rail siding to connect with CSX rail.
With growth comes challenges. Can you talk us through what you're doing to address those challenges?
Leadership Daviess County is a group of future leaders in the community from all walks of life that get together once a month for a 9 or 10 month program to learn about the community, what assets we have, how government works, how economic development works, and what challenges we have. Then they graduate at the end of that period and put on service projects around the community, find out what's needed through what they've learned, what does the community need, and what are some of the challenges that they can work on. Future of Washington is exciting and bright. Our heritage of hardworking Amish and farm community lends itself to a good labor pool the things we've talked about for our young people that we're doing in the high school and our leadership Daviess County group all leads to future leaders and future talent that we think is going to be critical for our future.
Daviess County is at the crossroads as the I-69 extension will increase the prospects for major manufacturing, entrepreneurial businesses, tourism, and lifestyle opportunities. It's a county with a remarkable mix of old and new, driving sustainable growth. It will be interesting to see how that growth develops over the next few years. For Extraordinary Indiana, I'm Eric Doden.
Support for Extraordinary Indiana comes from
community-owned and customer-focused, the Indiana Municipal Power Agency is the wholesale power provider to 59 municipally owned utilities in Indiana. Learn more online at impa.com.